Welcome back for another Minecraft video. This is Caranimal with Caranimal Gaming, back with another episode on Minecraft. We're on episode 21 of season 1, and today we're going to be building our very first pig farm, and we're going to be making it with an auto kill chamber. Really excited about this build. If you do like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you'd like to see in the future, and without further ado, let's jump right into this video. I decided to put the pig farm in this corner area. I figured that would be a good place. I put all the materials that we're going to need in here. Plus, I think that what I'm going to do is actually grab a couple grass blocks and some path areas. That way it'll kind of look more muddy, because I'm really trying to make this pin like a mud pin for the pigs, just to give it that look. Alright, so I added some grass blocks in here so we can turn them into path blocks and make it look a little bit more trodden from the pigs, look a little bit muddier. But the way that we're going to start this is we're going to grab this, might as well grab all this stuff just to put it in our inventory. So we're going to need all of it. At least all that we can fit in here. Perfect. So the place in which we're going to start this is we're going to have an empty space right here because we can't really build up anything with these trapdoors in the way. So we're going to go over one space for the glass blocks and then another space right here. Yeah, I think I wanted to do it right there. Plus this will give us enough space to come back here, put a ladder up on the back side here so we can actually get up to feeding the pigs, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a little bit. We're going to break this and make out 5 spaces. Okay, if we break all these because all this is going to be going anyway. I am going to be using slabs in this area just so I can put some lights underneath to really lighten it up. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to put an upside down stair. Oh yeah, I have it all in inventory here. Put that in there. An upside down stair. I believe if you do it like that, it should look like that. Perfect. And then this is going to be where the pigs fall into. So you're going to leave that open. And then we'll start with the floor area to make the muddy pig pen. So we'll just carve all this out. We won't need any of this. Perfect. Oh, apparently I did not lighten this up enough. Alright, so for this area down here, we are going to use the dark oak wood, and I just made it so it's on all sides, that way I don't have to worry about the placement. We are going to use a little bit of the brown wool if we like it. I mean, I kind of used it already, but now that I have the idea of using the grass blocks and turning into paths, I'm not sure what I want to do here. But I definitely want to just kind of, let's see here. We are going to have a water trough here as well. Let me see here. We got the glass block, and then this is going to be the water trough. So I definitely need this to go up like one more. And let's grab our glass real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of going back and forth here. We want that. Break this one. So we have the glass blocks that are going to go to funnel this. This is just so I can get my measurements here. I am putting the water trough kind of sunken into the ground, so it kind of looks like a mud pit almost too. That's kind of the way I was going with this. Yeah, so I put it right here in the middle Let's just build this out a little bit. Won't want one there though, because we want a hole there. And then you just put the stairs like this. It's kind of a little bit more difficult to do on the bottom. Sometimes it's better to just do it up at the top. Okay. And let's go up top, see what it looks like. It should look like kind of like a bucket, or yeah, like a little pool. That looks perfect. And then we'll fill this up with water here in a little bit. Let's finish the rest of this. We are going to leave the space underneath the dispenser for a redstone torch, so we don't want to cover that up. So just kind of go like that. Maybe let's look what this looks like here. Yeah, perfect. See how it kind of looks a little mud looking. Honestly, I think that we're not even going to use the... Well, I mean, gives it a little bit of color difference. That looks a little too... Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it does kind of have a green tint to it, but it still kind of looks dirty. Just gonna go random. Just use the left trigger on these with the shovel. And that looks pretty good. I definitely want to try and make sure that the fence posts are not going to affect this. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So, if that's the case, though, let's see here. This one right here is going to have to go right like that. Okay, perfect. And then I decided to use this. It's kind of a cool block, and the fact that this is kind of a kill area for the pigs. That's why I decided to use that block. But you can use any block. It cannot be glass though. Let's see here. Yep. So we have an issue with this. Not that the dirt really looks that bad. I just would rather it be a little bit darker. So we'll just do that. Alright, and then we're just going to cover this whole area. And then in this area right here, you're going to want to put a slab up on the top part. And that way the adult pigs will not fall into there, but the baby pigs will get sent down in that area. And then another layer of glass over the top of this. Perfect. Alright, and then the next step would be to get the pigs in here. I guess we don't... Yeah, we do want that enclosed. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Alright, a little disclaimer about building it this way, because we are going to be using lava in this build. So having said that, we want to make sure that the fire spread is turned off. If the fire spread is turned on, the lava, once it's ignited, will actually burn all the wool and the wood. If you do not want to turn that off for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to use, or maybe even make the kill chamber, make the entire thing out of a rock, some kind of stone material, and just have the babies drop a lot further to avoid the burning. So you could literally build it like this, but just make sure that the pigs drop a little bit further away from the wood. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into placing the lava bucket. I just want to make sure that, you know, when we get all this done, you know, you're not going to be like, oh, this isn't going to work for me. So I wanted to just kind of make that disclaimer so that way I'm not wasting anybody's time. Okay. All right, so let's just put a piece of glass there, and let's get the pigs in here. Let's break those two. All right, we got lots of pigs. Yep, we're all excited. Come on. We're going to get these guys in here. So just come up here. What I do is I just kind of crouch and then kind of nudge them in. Usually they fall pretty easily in there. Sometimes they'll even fall by themselves. Come on. Get in there. Alright, now that we got the pigs in here, all you're going to want to do is put a fence post right along the side here. This is only to keep them from hopping out or getting out for whatever reason when the water gets put in there. And we're not going to feed them or breed them just quite yet because we don't have all of it set up. But what we are going to do, and we're not going to turn the water on yet either, or put the water bucket in there yet either, but we're going to get the redstone built up and get the clock started to turn this off and on. So to do that, we go underneath, and right underneath here, you're going to want to put, go like that, and then if you can jump and kind of put a torch right there, or a redstone torch, and then break that. And then what we're going to do is make a clock with repeaters. And it's very important that this, let's see here, actually need it to be like, let me make sure I put this in the right spot before I build this out, because we want to put a button at the top here. And maybe what we'll do is we'll put it right here, because I don't think we can put the button right there. This button could be any button, it doesn't matter. For this one, because all it is to ignite the mechanics behind it. So if this ever for whatever reason turns off, you don't have to actually go down underneath and turn it on manually. This way you can just click it and it's gonna click on if it ever turns off. But let's make sure that we have this squared away, because I wanted to do this so it kind of goes around and then all the way. And this kind of makes it look, you know, a little bit more like a pig pen, like they're all in a pig area. And then over here is we're going to have the ladder going up the top, which we might as well put that in there right now. Crouch to put that in. And then that way we can access our pigs without having to hop over this area. I did have a couple extra buttons just to kind of put in here to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, give it a little bit more detail. It's up to you though, if you wanted to do that. I don't really think I like it right there. I don't know, it kind of makes it look a little dirty, rustic kind of thing. But of course you can design this however you want it. This is kind of the way I was going to go with it. I felt like it kind of looked nice. Alright, so let's go back down. The button is right here on this wood piece, so that's how we're going to remember it for underneath. So that would be this wood piece right here. And that means that we need to have it curved right here and go back this direction. Just kind of go a little ways here. Alright, and then you start on either side, it doesn't matter, as long as it's in a circular rotation. You want to put your repeaters all facing the same direction and turned up fully to 4 ticks. That way it maximizes the amount of time in which it rotates. And then turn around and go the other direction to continue that circular circuit. And we want this to turn on and off to ensure that we get the majority of the baby pigs into the kill chamber. Let's see here. Make sure that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Perfect amount. And put redstone at the side here to curve it around. If you feel like it's going too fast, then just add a few more repeaters. If you feel like it's going too slow, then just turn down a couple of these and it will speed it up. So let's go to the top and put in our water bucket. Just click this in here. And then if we push this button, it should turn on. It might take a second because it's rotating around that way. But we should see the water turning on and off. No. You know, I thought that I put it under here. I don't know. Sorry about that. Did not notice that, but yeah, apparently if you have an issue like this, it should work if it's like that. I will be adding these other 2 repeaters under here just because I have them for this project. So go like that. Alright, so test 2. Let's try this out again. It should work now. We should see the water coming in, and then it'll circulate around and turn off. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. And that'll just continue going on and on and on. Hopefully forever, but again, we have that button up here just in case it turns off for whatever reason. You go in between chunks and it just kind of spazzes out. It happens. Alright, so for the next part, we're going to make the kill chamber for the pigs. And under here, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. So I'm just going to use my redstone blocks to create this. And then for this, we're going to need a dispenser as well. Do not put your lava in until you're ready, or until you have this completely enclosed. But you have your dispenser down here, and then you want the observer to be looking downward. Let's see here. I think if you do it that, no. Let's see here. Maybe what I'll do is break that. Make sure I'm in the right position here. Look downward. There we go. And then put your dispenser on top. That would work better. And then we can just put our wood back. Bam. And again, disclaimer, if you have lava come into this area with all the wood around it, you're going to have a bad time if you do not have fire spread turned off. So make sure that you have that turned off. If you want to keep it on, there's no problem with that. You just need to make sure that you're using stone rather than a wood or a wool that is going to burn. Okay, we need to break this down. We're going to put slab right here. And then that will give enough space for the baby pigs to stand and not be affected by the lava. I do want to put a little bit of glass on the front here just so I can see. Oh, crap. So continuing onward with the kill chamber and where we want the stuff to come out at. There's going to be a hopper coming right underneath this. I'm just going to give myself some space so I can actually get the hoppers placed the direction we want it to go. We want it to go to the center because that's where we're going to be funneling all of these farms into our sorting system. So we're going to be having it facing that direction. Alright. And I'm just thinking here real quick. So I'm going to put a couple blocks right here, closing this, and then a couple glass blocks right here. That should keep them in place. I think I'm going to put these there just to make it look a little bit nicer for me. You don't have to do that, I don't believe. Sometimes they do kind of bounce out of these corner pieces sometimes. I've had it happen, so I always try to be a little bit extra careful. I am going to put a button on the side here, or actually I'm going to be putting it over here. So let's go up top and see where we're going to put our button up at the top, so we can turn it on and off from the top if we want to, so we don't have to come down here. So what I'm going to do is put a stone button, and it's very important that you use a stone button because of the amount of time. If you click this, it's a lot shorter of a time than if you were to click the which I'll do it right here. See how long it takes a long time to turn it off. And if you have it turned on for too long, it'll kill the pig, but also destroy the drop. It'll just burn up the pork. So you don't want to destroy it. You just want it to basically just burn the pig enough to damage him and kill him, but not destroy the pork. I'm kind of going in a circle on that. Apologize. So back to this area, we have the button up at the top of this wood piece. So we want to go directly below where that button's at. I'm also putting a button down here if I want to manually turn it on up here. You could put it on any side of this block, it won't matter. And then we would want a pathway going down below this observer. Let's see here. And that should work. And then you want to grab some redstone dust. And this is the reason why we don't want the lava in there right yet, because it will turn it on. But you just put the redstone dust up to the top here, and then you have that perfect line directly to turning on and off your lava bucket in here. Alright, at this point we can put in our lava bucket into our dispenser. Perfect. Alright. And then at this time, before we start placing the lights and getting the water in here, what I would like to do is actually, let's feed the pigs so we can start breeding them so we can get the babies in there. Hopefully by the end of this episode, we'll actually be able to see this whole thing in action. So you can just breed them. Should be able to get quite a few in there. These pigs are, you're able to breed them pretty quickly. there's still... I guess I have an odd number. Okay, use up all my carrots here. You're definitely going to want to have a carrot farm, which we are going to be putting in the back here on an episode. I'm going to be building this out on an episode here in the future of carrots and wheat for the pig and the cow farm. You're going to want to have a decent supply that we can maintain this farm and get the most productivity out of it. If a couple babies get stuck in there and they grow up in there, which I have pretty good success rate on this farm so far. I haven't had too many babies get stuck in it when I was doing the testing. However, if they do, and whatever reason this does get congested with a whole bunch of pigs that you don't want, all you have to do is go to the top, use your sword, maybe even use a looting 3 sword so you actually get a max count. Plus, if you have like a looting sword like this one with the fire aspect, it's going to cook the meat as well. So if you're doing a sorter which only sorts out the cooked pork, you're not going to have an issue there. But you can go right to the top and just kill them if you need to manually, and then all that stuff is just going to flow down into the kill chamber, which is also going to get collected by the hopper down at the bottom. So you're going to be good. So while this is while those pigs are getting older, growing up, hopefully we'll be able to see that here soon. What we're going to do is grab water buckets, and you could use multiple water buckets, or you could just make an endless supply of water by making your 2x2 water source here, and then just go back and forth. That way we can get all of these water spots filled up. Pillager. Or is that just the pig? Alright. So now we have our little water trough for the pigs, because they always like to get in the mud. And that's why I kind of sunk the water into this one. You can make it bigger. I was just trying to conserve space, kind of make this a little bit enclosed. But you can make this bigger if you want, with a whole bunch of different spaces. The only thing you don't want is the pigs to be in a lot larger area than that. I mean, I would say the max would be about 7 spaces would be my suggestion on that. However, you could go smaller. I mean, technically you could have all the pigs into one space. But, I mean, I figure that this way it gives them a chance to kind of bounce around and move, and then that way it kind of funnels those pigs out. Cows are a little bit different, and we'll go over that. I kind of did a little test drive for the cows, and the cows, they were getting stuck a lot more than the pigs. They didn't really bounce around because I don't feel like they had enough space. So the cows, they're all going to be in a one space area, and I'll show you how that's all going to work here in the next episode. Alright, so now that we got all this done, we're going to go underneath and put some light source blocks. That way we can kind of light up this area. Kind of gives a little more lighting. So right under here, we have, this is the water trough, so I just kind of put a couple under there. And I'm going to put one here and one here. And that way it'll kind of keep this area really lit. You shouldn't even need these torches under here anymore. Maybe even put some of those torches over here. So since we're down here, you can see the babies are in there. Their heads are kind of poking up above the area here, but if you turn this on, it doesn't affect them at all. And as you see, it turns on and off very quickly. Just enough time to burn the pigs and not burn the pork that they're going to drop. But as soon as they grow up, which it does take a little bit of time, but you can continually feed those pigs. I mean, I want to say it's not very long. It's a couple minutes, if that. Go up after a while, feed them, get some more pigs in there growing up, and then every now and then just come over here and click that button and let it do its thing. I definitely wouldn't push the button until you have all your baby pigs kind of out of that area, because you don't want any of the baby pigs falling in. But at this time, I mean, literally, you just push that button, and it will be funneled into wherever it needs to go. If there's any pigs that are in there that are ready to be slaughtered, basically. I mean, it didn't take too long. It's like 40 minutes or so to get this put together. I will be editing, so it'll condense my YouTube video to be a little bit smaller, kind of the juicy parts of the video, so you guys can create this in your own world, or at least your rendition of it. And if you did like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this. Really helps support out the channel. If you have any comments, suggestions, please feel free to put in the comments. I've been I definitely look forward to hearing suggestions from anybody, so definitely give me any suggestions if there's anything that you'd like to see me build in this world. I'm definitely looking for more ideas. I definitely have a lot of ideas on my list of things I want to do in this video, or in this season. But if there's anything else that you guys can think of or would like to see sooner rather than later, please let me know, because I definitely would like to make you guys a priority in what you guys want to see. But thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.